So, okay, guys, this is gonna be a weekly recap for this past week from 11th of May to 15th, 15 May for indices. And so, going into this week, what I could see was Monday, I did not take part as I had no narrative for Monday going into Monday. So, I let Monday go without me. But after Monday had printed, I could see Monday reached into a relevant swing for me. And at this moment, I do not know what is gonna happen here. But when I look onto NQ's correlated pair, which is ES, same relevant swing here. And when I drop down to low time frames, I can see price tagging this daily relevant swing, and then showing me kind of truly displacing through it, true breakout kind of idea. Tag one end of the range, come back, show lack of willingness to come back inside, immediately start to move away. So this was kind of a true breakout over this relevant swing framework to me. And so I used this framework on ES to frame a move higher on NQ. NQ had clear objectives higher, as if it is not reversing off of this, displacing through this. So then it is reaching for the next relevant swing, which is this daily swing here, as well as the weekly fair value gap. This is the same swing on the daily. And so this was my objective going into the next day. And so therefore I क्या बोलना था मैंने? And therefore I was bullish going into Tuesday, and Tuesday I took a long till there. कोई ये गलत लग गया क्या? यहाँ पे आना चाहिए थर्सडे, ठीक है, वेडनेसडे दो लग गए, 100 ठीक, okay. And so I was bullish going into the next day, obviously wanting EQ of this daily range to be respected, and price gives me an open which I was wanting, an OLHC candle, price starting to displace away from it, and so I frame the bullish continuation in the New York session towards this objective. These highs resting around previous day was kind of a relevance to me, but if price it is not reversing off of these, then it is surely going till here for me. And so I took a long in here. This price, there was 830 driver, price 830 reaches previous day high, and then I can see a new price shifting into new phase, expansion into an objective, new phase, which is consolidation for me, tags the range low with SMT as well, around 930 driver. So this is too good of a framework for me. This is where 930 comes, sweeps the range low with SMT, drivers aligning them with phases of price at relevant swings. This to me was the best entry, but I wasn't home at that time. I would have taken this, but when I do miss this, I did frame a continuation entry to this, as my objective was still open here. But if I was there, the people who have learned my model, they can surely tell just by saying this. This is entry I would have surely 100 out of 100 times taken. Expansion into an objective 830 CPI. Price shifts into new phase, which is consolidation to me. And so when I do not have a clear established swing prior to driver, I wait for driver to release. Driver manipulates this, and so driver manipulation, I expect continuation thereafter. Expansion into consolidation. So consolidation, price can't reverse off of consolidation. So then gives me manipulation to the opposing side with SMT and driver based manipulation. So this is too good of a framework for me to take this. This would have been the best entry for the day till the objective. But as my idea was still valid, I came around here, so couldn't trust these opposing candles much. So waiting. Then framing this 1030 OLHC. This was my entry. Another sweep of an opposing swing close through the opposing candles. This was my entry, trusting this low thereafter to the objective, and it expands towards the objective. This was my position on Tuesday, and I added to my position here as well. 11 AM OLHC displacing through these highs. If I turn on the separators, yes, 11 AM open low high close, 11 AM open low, displacing through this true breakout over here, established low for the 11 AM candle. So adding and trailing, adding after this close till the max objective, it was met in this candle. Yes, this was my position, even though I missed this much of a move already, but I was having a conviction with my draw. This was the position here with proper top down as well. NQ, as I said, framing NQ used ES for framework to break out over this size. So price is not reversing off of this swing, so it is going for the next relevant swing to break out here, framing next day's continuation away from this. So I framed NQ till that weekly fair value gap, and I told you as previous day high was a kind of level of relevance to me, but when price isn't showing reversal off of this as well, price expanded into here, shifted into new phase of price, which I told you here it was expansion into consolidation. But as we know, price can't reverse off of consolidation, and so consolidation therefore is a continuation signature. Price manipulates opposing ends of the range at the relevant time, driver manipulation. So this is too good of a framework for me to go long, but I wasn't there. That's why I framed this closure, and then this after this closure, trusting this low, then this closure over here, using this for my first entry, took it somewhere here with my SL there. Then after this candle gets closed above 11 AM open low high close, true breakout over this, I trail my SL there and add to my position after this candle's closure till the main objective weekly fair value gap. This was my position for Monday. Only position. And going into Wednesday, I do not think I took anything Wednesday. Maybe, I don't exactly remember. Let's get back to the order. Let me see if I took anything. Thursday, I did not take anything on Wednesday. Maybe, I do not exactly remember. But we'll go over Wednesday as well. After Tuesday's closure, again into a relevant POI, I am seeing what phase of price currently in. I can't tell myself just by looking at the daily chart. I can't tell anything. यार मैंने मार चलानी है जो ये सारा प्ले हो जाता है ना. Level of relevance reached here. I could frame this. This could have been framed bullish here. Open low, high close till this high, but I was out this day as well. Not like the whole day, but till the New York session. So I do not know if there was an entry for me to target this, but leave it. If you're still trying to frame anything, this looks double-sided to me. I do not know just from the early perspective here. ES has SMT with previous day high. Could think of shorting ES as it is the weaker pair. Maybe shorting ES till current low of the day. But yes, I was wanting to avoid this day. I like yes. हाँ मैंने स्टे गैंग में बोला था ना कि like guys stay safe. Can you show how you picked the drawn liquidity? I missed that part. Like it was just based off of relevant swings. Monday I did not have any narrative, any bias to frame anything. So I let Monday go without me. After Monday I can see price reached into relevant swing and I do not know what it is gonna do over this, manipulate this or displace through this. I do not know, but when I look onto ES, same relevant swing, ES look by looking at the lower time frames, it tells me it is displacing through this level and not reversing off of this. Tags it, comes back a bit and immediately moves away, showing lack of willingness to return back inside after hitting this level. Right, so this level is not of any relevance to it anymore when price forms these opposing candles on this, and so this low or this leg you use as a true break to frame true breakout over this, to frame continuation till the next relevant swing, because price is not showing any relevance to this level. Like if price immediately comes back inside, this is price showing relevance to this level, then you want to frame to the opposing side. When it clearly displaces through it, forms opposing candles above it on the way, then you can clearly tell yourself this price isn't showing any relevance to this level and is heading towards the next relevant swing. So that's why I was framing, I was having an idea of Tuesday continuation till the next relevant swing, but the next relevant swing was closer or looked much better on NQ, which was this daily swing and weekly fair value gap as well, same swing. And so I framed Tuesday long still here. Good of a framework. Next day, not much clean, I would say, because I do not know what price is doing at this relevant swing. I can't tell anything just by looking at daily or just by looking. यार चल जा मैंने मार चलानी है. ठीक है. And all it looked good here to me. Sweep of an opposing swing, establish low below daily open to frame it till here. After this gets hit, I do not have much. I do not have much of a narrative. You could have thought to short ES here, SMT with previous day high. That idea looked a bit good, but I would prefer like avoiding this day because I do not have like proper high time frame framework. But still, if you wanted to frame, this was 9:30 manipulation. driver manipulation. Clearly no clear move prior to driver, right? So driver puts in the established high of the day or manipulation. So the next driver should expand away from it. Next driver 10 a.m. did expand, then came back. You could have taken a partial win, then BE. If you get the opportunity to short around here, 930 driver forms manipulation plus SMT at previous day as well. So you can think of shorting it, shorting the continuation till the low of the day. I did not frame this, but maybe you would have got an opportunity. Not too clean, because daily and H4, yes, it gets hit ultimately, but not the cleanest way possible, because the daily and H4 aren't clear. So leaving this day, going on to Thursday. Coming into Thursday, again from the daily chart, I again do not have anything much to frame. NQ, I can't tell anything much, but looking at ES, I can tell ES price expanding into an objective, and this is not expansion to me. So price has shifted to another phase of price, which could be consolidation, could be retracement, maybe reversal. Looking at the low time frame, but this is not reversal. Looking at the low time frame, this is, you can view this as a retracement, you can view this as a consolidation. So retracement and consolidation both are continuation signatures for me. So I want to frame next day continuation till here, range high. This was my idea. Going to Thursday. Thursday tags the daily internal range level, which was the retracement objective. If this move back inside was retracement, plus if you see one thing, the daily candle has only formed open low. So more of a candidate for open low high close candle OLHC, hitting the relevant POI for it, previous day low, which was daily retracement objective, daily fair value gap. And I do not try to frame it here until unless I see displacement away from a level, and then it showed displacement away from it, and I did frame till here on ES or maybe NQ. Let me see. I did frame both assets, yes, and same vice versa. Range high objective on NQ, previous day low, which is daily internal level, you being used as retracement objective. So you can clearly see this is not an expansion, and this is expansion met with expansion to the opposing side after relevant key level. So framing this move higher till here was the most logical play for the day. Vice versa for, oh nice RTY. I can see one thing. Yes, Hitesh bhai, if you remember, I told you here only that the best time for RTY to go higher is this, if it wants to go higher, and it would take the other assets along with it at the same time. Let me show you that, and let me see myself as well. What did I write, wrote along with it? RTY, मैंने मार चलानी है, in the gang लिखा हुआ है. Gang. RTY. This. Okay, I firstly wanted to short RTY till here. कहाँ गया मेरा मैसेज? No, 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 no. Firstly, wanted to short RTY till here, and I do think I took a basic type position, but leave that for a moment. But if I were to stay bullish, which was my main idea for NQES, I would have wanted RTY to reverse off of this to go higher, which I wrote here as well. NQES would reach for high of the week, which was my main objective. This high of the week here, current high of the week, range high, you can say high of the week, anything. NQES would reach for high of the week, range high, if RTY reverses of PCONA. If RTY reverses from that level, which I just said, this range low, and that ends up being the play for the day. RTY reversed off of this, and NQES were in alignment. So I did frame NQS till that high of the week objective. And what was my position for the day? ये क्या हुआ भाई 10 AM पे जगदम? My long was on NQ. It was 1 minute. Yes, I would not want you people to study my NQ long as it may look a bit complex. Yes, one was simple on the low time frames. High time frame idea was same on both assets. Yes, I can clearly see London reversal daily profile. So New York continuation. My entry was around 10 AM, I guess so. Let me see. I do not exactly remember. Thursday continuation. This was NQ. This was yes 10 AM. Yes. So framing 10 AM OLHC, 10 AM H4 OHLC towards the objective. After it has hit the relevant retracement objective and showing displacement away from it. And so framing this H4 candle, which is my model, framing candles expanding towards the objective away from a relevant established point. This was established low of the day for me, displacing away from this previous day level, you can say, or this H4 Batme's gap, displacing away from here. So then framing the next candles expanding towards the objective. So I framed this 10 AM open low high close towards the objective. It was a bit unorthodox time frame. This was my objective, range high. 10 AM opens here. 9:30 had swept, had a protected low, so I would have wanted this to stay protected. 10 AM forms another protected low, forms clear opposing candle, close over here. This was the entry I used. चल जा मैंने चलानी है मार. This was the entry I used, trusting this low to hold, to frame till range high. ES daily IRL 2 ERL, H4 same idea, IRL 2 ERL, price opens to low, no established swing, established high of the day, just open to directly low into relevant key level, starts displacing away from it. I frame continuation towards the objective, framing 10 MO, let's see. Then this is the 30-minute profiling, clear range size, opposing end swept, London reversal, New York continuation. And this was my entry after this closure, trusting this as protected low. After this closure, I took a long, there I took it off. Same entry, just as I showed here, simple clean setups. I took one on NQ as well, but it may confuse you people a bit as it wasn't that much simple, a bit advanced, but yes, same idea, daily IRL to ARL, H4 opposing swing manipulation, displacement away. I frame this candle towards the draw. 10 am open, low high close. Vice versa. 10 am open, low high close on the 30-minute. Clear range eyes, opposing side manipulation. And framing this 10:45 M15 candle on the M1 time frame. Framing 10 am open, low high close. Established low of the 10 am for me. This, which was this. This is M15. Okay, I should show it on the charts as well. This was a protected swing formed prior to 10 am with SMT there, so I was wanting to see, like, yes, it should stay protected. If not, then still okay, but it should ideally stay protected. Then this 10:30 candle forms a established low for the 10 am candle and starts to displace away from it, and so I frame continuation. There wasn't any good setup on M3, M5, M6, so I framed this M15 candle on the lower time frame M1, which was towards the range high. Obviously, this M15 candle, this which I talked about, established low for the 10 am candle. 10 am open, low, manipulation below 10 am, displacement away. I frame the next candle expanding towards this draw. Manipulation of a low, displacement away from it, closer above here, clean opposing candle. I use this to frame entry on NQ towards the objective. Took this while trusting this low to get held, which was the low of this M15 candle. Trusting this low to be held till the objective. So use this to frame entry till that range high objective, which eventually got hit. And I would have wanted to add to my position, but I didn't get any opportunity and hit my objectives without giving me another entry, and that's okay with me. I had already framed ES as well. This was my position here, executed there when this closure above this opposing candle happened, and took partials on the way and took everything off on the range there. This was F50. Framed this candles open low high close, expanding away from 10 am's H4 candles low, which I have already an expectation of 10 am's H4 candle expanding towards this draw. So do not think I frame M1 entries just based off M1. This M1 entry had the framework narrative from the daily and H4, which you can see here. Daily IRL to IRL and H4 opposing swing manipulation to clear objectives. And Friday one was a kind of short entry which I did not get a fill on, and then there was another long on YM. I would show it to you just a second. Friday, looking at the daily chart, I still don't know, but price expanded into an objective just based off of daily chart. I cannot immediately frame anything. Had this draw been intact, had this day not expanded totally into it, I would have tried to frame Friday long still here, but this objective got hit prior to Friday, so I do not exactly know what to frame on Friday. So I would like use more of a Friday's profile, intraday profile for framework, but YM had the framework for Friday. Like, yes. swept previous day low. या पीछे हो जा, पीछे कहाँ है वो? Into this level, starts to displace away from it. So IRL to ERL kind of setup, and so we have a framework for Friday till the range I clean objective still open, right? The same thing which I wanted for years, but it wasn't there. So YM had a framework to go long for Friday. Relevant level, price heads into it, starts displacing away from it, right? I do not trust the level until price reaches into it and starts displacing away from it. And then I frame continuation towards that objective. That was my idea for longs, framing YM longs on Friday, which was yesterday, obviously. And I took a shot on NQ as well. Price reaching into an objective. This is again not expansion for me. And so if not expansion, this could be new phase of price. I rely more on the intraday profile then. This is what Thursday's closer tags previous day and comes a bit back in, so I can think of this move lower as a retracement, as a reversal as well. And this forms SMT with previous day high here. ES takes out previous day, NQ does not. So I wanted to short till current low of the day. Not much, because I do not have a convictional or too much. I do not have much conviction over the short idea. Like, yes, it is just mainly based off of H4 and H1. No, and not even much from H4, just this relevant swing from H4 and current low of the day. So not that probable idea, but yes, and I didn't even got a fill on it. I wanted to take it, price didn't fill me. This was my expectation, like price should come here, close below here, and then I take trust this swing. This was like framed while live, printing live. Price was while price was printing live. I was trusting this side to get held. If price would have formed an order block there, closing below here, and then was wanting to short till low of the day, price did. This candle was forming its wick, which you can see here. Then price closed below here. I placed a limit order, obviously did not get filled, and I let it go without me. What can I do? This was my idea. Again, relevant established reversal point formed prior to the driver, right? Which is 930 driver. So 930 should do what? Expand away from it if it is meant to be the established high of the day. If this wasn't meant to be the established high of the day, we can frame it to the both sides just looking at this M15, right? There are two protected swings prior to 930, right? If this was meant to go bullish till previous day high, here we have a protected swing prior to 930 driver, then 930 should do what? Do not take this and expand towards that objective previous day high, right? So this is a kind of confusing situation, and so you wanna wait for 930, right? Having a protected swings to both sides of the market, this is kind of high resistance condition. So you wait for 930 driver to add confidence or give you the real insight of the direction. If this is meant to be the protected swing, then and this is found prior to the driver, then driver should expand away from it. Then this short idea would get invalidated. If this is meant to be the protected high, meant to be the established high of the day, then driver should do what? Expand away from it. So just waiting for driver at this moment. Driver expands away from it, invalidates this idea, and this idea stays intact. and then therefore I was wanting to short 10 a.m. and you can clearly see price displacing through this level, or you can use this level as well. True breakout below here, right? This was my kind of intermediate time frame framework to short till low of the day, and showing you the entry. And see how I avoided the like bad conditions when price is showing you like hints for the both directions. That's when I rely heavily on drivers, right? To invalidate one idea and invalidate the other idea. When I have conviction with my idea, I do try to frame entries prior to the driver with the expectation of driver directly expanding towards my objective. But when I do not have a clear conviction with the narrative, with high time frame narrative, then I wait for driver to give me more narrative, build my narrative, invalidate one idea, invalidate one side, and validate one side, which I just showed you on 15 minutes. How I used driver's alignment to invalidate my idea of one side, my bullish idea, and validate the bearish idea even more. So then using this as a framework, price expanding into this objective, you can say, or this objective, I can clearly see a new phase of price here. So not immediately trying to frame off of here. A range high to me, range low to me, range high gets tagged, which I would have wanted because I am having a bearish bias. Range high gets tagged. If this gets closed below, this is good framework for me to go along. AMD continuation type of setup. Price sweeps the consolidation high, comes back inside. This candle coming back inside gave me a kind of idea that yes, if this closure below here happens, this is good of a framework for me as manipulation over the range high. Continuation till here at least, but I do have already daily profile alignment with me, so my main objective would become this rather than this. So that's why you get the reason behind this screenshot, right? Without, I was bearish without this being closed over. Like this candle hasn't even closed yet, which you can see it is forming its upper wick. It is green at the time. This candle, same candle, it was forming its upper wick. I wanted a close below it to then place a limit order here to then frame entry till here. The reason I wanted a limit order because if I take a market order, I am not getting much risk reward. So I placed a limit order, didn't get filled, and so goes without me. That's okay. Then I said bye bye to NQ, but hope you got the breakdown of this Friday's price action on NQ. Now the why behind why long. Okay, leave it for the moment. Coming back to why. When I come to YM and I see this range I should be the objective, and you can clearly see price formed a failure swing to it. So this move lower, I would frame it as a retracement, right? I would have wanted this to be the main objective, right? Price comes, sweeps the current low of the day and starts rejecting off of it. So I can think of this as an established low of the day, open low, displacement away, so I can frame entries, continuation entry towards the main objective, this being a failure swing to it. And if this move lower was a retracement, opposing swing being the retracement objective, price rejecting off of that, good framework for me. And aligning that idea with RT wise SMT here, पीछे हो जा, मैंने चलानी है मार, ठीक है. EQ of this wick being respected. So Then I refine my EQ with this wick, which both are resting around here. So I would wanna see upper half of this wick to stay respected, like open low here max, next high time frame candle to frame it higher. That is my model basically, framing high time frame candles expanding towards the objective. So framed an entry around 11 a.m. I guess, was trying to frame 11 a.m. OLHC towards the objective. And H4 framework, if I show you on H4, it is looks much nice, right? You can clearly see this high being a failure swing to the main objective. 6 a.m. forming manipulation below current low of the day, forming established low of the day, and so framing the next high time frame candle expanding towards the draw. You would see me framing 6 a.m. H4 candle and 10 a.m. H4 candle on a daily basis almost, because this is my edge. So would wanna see EQ of this wick, which forms a established reversal. EQ of this wick should stay respected. And if you see RTY there, RTY swept previous 6 a.m.'s low. So this was SMT as well, aligned with my already established narrative, longing till here, daily IRL to ARL, right? So this like adds a confidence to my idea then. So I was framing 11 a.m. continuation, I guess so. It was on M5. Price hits the relevant POI from which it should reverse off of to frame it higher. Forms SMT here. Oh, this entry was good as well. But I do not know why I did not take this. Yes, I was having an expectation of this expanding towards the draw as well. I can show you that as well. Just a second. YM chat. YM. नहीं, अब मेरे को पता नहीं वो कौन सी चैट में बात हुई थी यार. Just a second. It should be here, I guess so. Yes. This again framed live. This closure happened. SMT there. A sweep of a low 10 a.m. OLHC. So this was established low to me to frame it till the range high. Price again printing live. So, but I did not take this. I don't know why. This was good as well. Leave it. 10 a.m. open low, no established swing prior to this. Clear manipulation of this swing and SMT with the here as well. Clear move away. So this is good of a framework. Like calling it out here, taking it here with trusting this low as the low and taking it a bit over here for 2R, which does get hit, And the main entry for me, I would say 11 a.m. OLHC, because the 10 a.m. this adds in more narrative or aligns with the narrative as well. So framing continuation is still the objective. 11 a.m. opens here 11 a.m. So if this is meant to stay protected, then 11 a.m. should form OLHC candle towards the objective, right? So then 11 a.m. candle open forms a low. Here you can see here, and SMT there. Into this opposing candle you can see, while respecting the EQ of this candle, obviously it should stay respected, and clear close above. So that's why I like it more. Open low, immediate move away, enough of a range. So yes, trusting it with aligned with high time frame OLHC, which is my model basically, framing high time frame candles expanding towards the draw. And that's how I frame high time frame candles expanding towards the draw. So this I called that as well. Issue the issue. This entry which I just showed you. After closure of this candle over here, trusting this to stay protected till the range high. Closure over here, trusting this low. Sorry, I said high, trusting this low to frame it till the here. Till the here क्या होता है till here, ठीक है? And it eventually reaches for there. So this is where my week ends. I can show you the top down of it as well properly, which I did post. YM Friday continuation IRL to ERL, as I showed you on the daily. YM had the best framework to go along, clean objectives still intact. So I can think of already having a narrative before like going into Friday's lower time frame. Like yes, Friday should ideally expand higher, but I can't think of anything from the daily chart or even H4 much for NQ and ES. So that's why I was preferring YM, as it had the better framework, better context on the higher time frame. This was the daily, and H4 clear established low of the day. SMT there framing higher time frame candles, framing singular higher time frame candles expanding towards the objective. Right. This was the high time frame framework daily H4, and H1 clearly showed you this as well. Established low, framing this 11 mm, 10 mm, 10 mm H4 OLHC, 11 mm H1 OLHC inside of that H4. This 10 am established low, this is M30. I did not show you this, but I did show you M5. This was an established low for 10 am. The first entry, if you remember, this one, right? M30 established swing for the 10 am candle. Open low SMT there, displacement away. This entry, कहाँ गया? Okay. And so framing continuations away from it, this entry towards the objective. Hope you like it. If you people have any doubts, tell me. Otherwise, I would stop the recording. Now, do you get the answer why? Have you got the idea why? Relation of RT, they all four are indices. It's just that NQ and ES are more correlated assets. RTY and YM are correlated to them like each other, and RTY YM are like less correlated to ES and Q, but still correlated, right? I would use correlation of YM sometimes with NQ, but very rarely. I mainly correlate ES with NQ and RTY with YM. But YM does correlate with NQ as well, but less as compared to ES. Do you prioritize IRL? I do frame both. It is easy when you have a systematic approach. If I am able to show you my one of ARL to IRL position, like this NQ was kind of ARL to IRL, but not clean one. I would show you a clean one. And yes, IRL to ARL is much easier, yes, but ARL to IRL you gotta have some proper framework for it. अब मैं इनको ARL to IRL दिखाऊं कहाँ से यार? This was ARL to IRL, okay. NQ Tuesday reversal, Wednesday continuation, ARL to IRL. Why ARL to IRL? ARL has been tagged clean failure swings, Batmi's fair value gap. Only if you know about relevant swings, failure swings, Batmi's fair value gap, then it is much easier to frame ARL to IRL. So I was framing this move back inside the range as a retracement, and it was a retracement as price did expand much away from it as well. This was the daily chart. This candle turned bullish until its closing. So I was framing this move as a retracement with this internal level as my objective, this being the daily chart. And on the H4, external range to internal range. These failure swings you can clearly see. So gotta have some system behind it. And framing the next daily candles, OHLC, my model, framing candles, OHLC, singular candles, OHLC or OLHC expanding towards the objective. This being the objective, this is the failure swing, this is the failure swing. Established high for the day, open high, displacement away, I frame continuation. London reversals or New York continuation. New York continuation, enough of a range, clean opposing candles, clear close below. This is where I executed a short position with my stop loss there on the M15. Did not go lower than that. And this was the execution for that position. Took it here after this closure with having my stop on this high. Now good. If you want, I can show you another one. ERL to IRL. This is a kind of ERL to. Yes, this is a ERL to IRL. External range being tagged, framing back inside the range. Clear external range being tagged, framing back inside the range. With this current low of the day being my objective, framing singular candles. OHLC, OLHC expanding towards the draw. OHLC in this case, framing till low of the day. ERL to IRL. These all lined up stacked failure swings. This was on M1. You may not get much framework, but there was a M5 entry. Show me the date, 28 April. Yes, give me a minute. I would show you a M5 clean simple entry as well. 28 April. Okay. Any other doubts? Just the way I frame IRL to IRL, same way I frame IRL to IRL, but like you gotta have some experience and a system behind it. We always look to frame from the yes, be it IRL to IRL, be it IRL to IRL, from relevant swings. Relevant swing to relevant swing, yes. It's just how we name it. It's a relevant swing basically. Because when you frame everything or rely only on mainly on daily H4 and not try to force lower time frames, that's when it becomes easy. Like I did not try to force anything on Monday. I just let Monday go. Yes, there were opportunities. There could be opportunities there on Monday, but I had no narrative framed from daily or H4. So I simply let Monday go without me because I have no bias, no narrative, no nothing for Monday to tell me it should do this, it should do that. So I simply let Monday go without me. And when you prioritize daily and H4 for like clear convictional narrative, convictional direction, That's when it becomes easy, like single directional move, clear directional move, which you shouldn't be forcing, which should be obvious and clear. अब पता चल गया ना आपको शफी भाई वाईएम का आंसर. Now let me show you that ARL to IRL entry as well, which I told you, like showed you in my previous trades. 28 April it was. Let me clear things up. Okay, 28 April. Yes, right? See, I did frame NQ here, right? On M15, I showed you just now. Framing this move as retracement and see how this move ends up being retracement till the objective and main expansion happens after that. That's why you use relevant swings to tell you. Even if you frame retracement, you gotta have proper framework for it. ARL to IRL. Now, uh, this move 28 April on ES. हाय मैं कंफ्यूज हो गया भाई. दो दो मिनट देना मेरे को, ठीक है. ES Monday reversal into expansion. Okay, Monday I was framing Monday. Okay, I was framing this day. Off of this relevant swing. This isn't relevant to me as this is a failure swing. This is a failure swing to this. Monday. Okay. This would have been my position. Alt B did. Monday open high, no established high prior to it. Yes, kind of, but I do not trust it until New York and without the relevant swing, right? Relevant swing gets hit here, price rejects off of it. So price tags the external range, shows rejection off of it. So I framed till current unestablished low of the day. And using this knowledge, aligning it with drivers, pairing drivers to like align with your narrative or confirm the narrative. 930 driver expands into the relevant key level. If this was meant to be the high of the day, it should immediately reject off of this, right? It rejected off of here. So 930 formed manipulation. What should 10 a.m. do ideally then? Expand away from it. So framing 10 a.m. candles H4 OHLC, singular candle OHLC, towards the objective. This current unestablished low of the day, right? So there was an M5 entry there. See 930 tags here, tags the relevant swing. Yes, M5 sorry, but क्या मैं बोलता हूँ भाई. M5 reaches into this level. But the main thing, even if this level wasn't there, this is enough of a range, clean close over. And I am already having an expectation of 10 a.m. open high, low close to expand till the draw. So this candle sweeping out a low, a high to its left, immediately rejecting this close below here. So take limit order there, take market, both work well while trusting this as the established high for the 10 a.m. H4 towards below the day, and you would have gotten more than 2 hour. If you take limit order, you get 2.5. Both work well for me. Established reversal, framing continuation entries away from it, clean continuation entry away from it, aligned with driver, aligned with high time frame OHLC, right? Now it is much clear, right? Simple entry, framing daily profile away from the relevant level. This is my model. Framing driver aligned continuations away from established reversal points. That is my model. Towards the objectives. Too simple, too clean. That's how it gets easy. If you try to force things and they aren't clear, then it becomes a problem. I did take a continuation M1 entry here. You people would get confused. It had high risk reward to it. Yes, kind of 4.3R, but I don't want to go into this as you would get confused. So just let it go. A simple entry was there as well. Frame this, frame simple entries. You would stay mentally good as well. I have the skill so I can frame the advanced entries as well, but trust me, you people shouldn't be doing it. So if you people have any doubts, I would answer them, else I would wrap up the session. The weekly review is over. For the next week, NQ looks like ranging to me. So, like, can't tell if I would frame anything on Monday or not. And I do not know as well if this weekly fair value gap, what is gonna happen there. So again, I may would let Monday go without me. Maybe I may frame it back inside the range if it gives me an opportunity. Like I would wanna see what happens at these relevant swings. Like this should stay protected to me, and that's why not using this. This is a relevant swing as well. This swept and is in a relevant key level and has shown displacement away from it. So that's why not using this as a relevant swing. This is a protected swing to me. This becomes a relevant swing guy. This becomes a relevant swing. यार मैंने बताया कि यही तो टास्क देना था मैंने. चोर हो तुम लोग. अब जिन लोगों ने देख लिया ठीक है वो लोग लीक नहीं यार. 1 2 3 4 5 6 ठीक है. You people won't answer their tasks now, okay? I would give this task for the members. Now, as you people have seen this from me, you people shouldn't be answering it now. So, okay, if you guys have any doubts, tell me, and if not, I would end the recording, stop the recording. Sometimes when you have a move that goes expansion to expansion, expansion met with an expansion to opposing side after hitting the relevant PI, then only then I consider it as a reversal. I use order blocks and highs lows. भाई उसको कंफ्यूज करोगे आप उसको अभी उस स्टफ का इतना नहीं पता जिसे आप बोल रहे हो like if you trust the CSD if it is the extreme high or low of the day I don't frame it. If it is in the continuation phase of the daily range, like high of the day, low of the day, put in prior to it, and that CSD you most probably are talking about M5 CSD around New York, right? Then I can use it to frame entries. If that CSD you're talking about forms the high or low of the day, I use it as a framework to then frame continuation entries, just as how I just showed you on ES. Okay, I'm able to show it again. Yes, 28 April, I guess. Monday था 9:30. Like this M5 CHD, I won't use this to frame entry. I would instead use this as a framework relevant, like I am not going that much. Okay, let's go. This was the relevant swing from the daily chart, right? So narrative built from the daily chart, price hits the relevant swing. Okay, so formed high of the day there, but this CISD forms a intraday reversal high of the day. So then I don't use it as a means of entry, I use it as a framework, framing continuation entries away from it. Propulsion block, say, right, say propulsion block, and it should be enough of a range, not like too small, clear enough of a range, right, so that I can trust this high being held and immediate move away. So I would take this entry rather than take this. If suppose high of the day has already been put in, and this CISD M5 CISD, this is London reversal or anything, this CISD comes around New York, then I would take this CISD. But if this CISD forms the high of the day, then I use this as a framework to frame continuation entry. I would frame this entry trusting this swing. You would use this as a framework, just like how I was trusting this, but won't use this as a entry, means of entry, would use this as a framework to see if I get a continuation entry to it. Then I would trust this swing and frame this entry towards the low of the day objective. Now you get my point. Right? This looks better. Dip down manipulation on the voice. Hey, brothers, you got me confused as well. Like, yes, as he said, take it step by step. Yes, you know many things before even joining the mentorship. It's good for you, but don't like use it to your disadvantage. Instead, use the things you already know to your advantage, right? Like you would be having a good time with the things I taught in the free mentorship, because you would have a little bit idea almost about everything, not about everything, but for most of the things. So use it to your advantage instead of using the prior knowledge to your disadvantage. Hello, Rom Singh. Yes, it is still being recorded. Dish. Sir, my age is 20 years only. Like, you started doing it when I was 6. Nice. Gold outlook, I would do it tomorrow maybe. Okay, so no doubts. Should I stop the recording then? If yes, then have a good week, guys. And how was the session as well? Tell me. Okay, then I would stop the recording.